In the Arabian Peninsula of the 6th century, life was structured around tribe, lineage, and protection. Travel was long and dangerous. Settlements were small and exposed. Family was not simply emotional support, it was survival. In this environment, a child's security depended entirely on the presence of close relatives who could guarantee safety, food, and social standing. It was within this reality that Muhammad ibn Abdullah spent his earliest years. When Muhammad was 6 years old, he accompanied his mother, Amina bint Wahb, on a journey north from Mecca. During the return trip, Amina fell ill and passed away, far from the protection of her home city. Her death occurred on the road, a common but devastating reality. In an era without medical care or secure travel routes default text, with her passing, Muhammad became an orphan. In tribal Arabia, this status carried profound consequences. An orphan had no automatic protection. And depended entirely on extended family to avoid marginalization. Orphanhood in this period was not defined by grief alone. It meant vulnerability. It meant uncertainty. It meant learning restraints and awareness early. Children without parents had to adapt quickly to shifting authority and changing households. This early exposure shaped attentiveness, patience, and emotional control. Traits necessary for survival in a tightly structured tribal society. Decades later, the Quran would address this experience directly. So as for the orphan, do not oppress him. The verse does not deny hardship. It confirms that loss came first and protection followed. This framing transforms biography into moral and historical reflection. Following his mother's death, Muhammad was taken into the care of his grandfather, Abdul Muttalib. Abdul Muttalib was not an ordinary guardian. He was a central figure in Meccan society. A custodian of tradition, a respected elder. And a man whose authority carried weight across tribes, living under his care. Muhammad observed leadership at close range. Not leadership enforced through power, but leadership sustained through respect, reputation, and moral restraint. When Muhammad was 8 years old, Abdul Muttalib passed away. This marked the second major loss in a short span of childhood. Again, protection shifted. Again, certainty was removed. Rather than isolating him, these transitions reinforced adaptability and a deep understanding of human dependency and The Quran later draws a clear ethical conclusion from this lived reality. So as for the orphan, do not oppress him. Here, personal history is transformed into social responsibility. Loss becomes instruction. Experience becomes ethical obligation. After his grandfather's death, guardianship passed to his uncle, Abu Talib. Abu Talib did not possess wealth or political dominance. What he offered was loyalty, consistency, and long-term protection. Within this household, Muhammad learned endurance without privilege and responsibility without entitlement. These years reinforced humility, patience, and commitment. Qualities that would later define his public trustworthiness. By the end of his childhood, Muhammad had experienced repeated loss, changing guardianship, and sustained vulnerability. Yet these experiences did not produce resentment. They produced restraint, empathy, and a clear awareness of human fragility. Long before history recorded his public role, his character had already been shaped by loss, responsibility, and quiet endurance. This foundation later influenced everything that followed.